3 coins in a fountain.
3 coins in a fountain. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Filmoscopy Podcast. I am your host, the man with the most. And this here is Cody. Say hello, Cody.
What's up?
And then there's Lance.
I would like to be known as Pretty Face from now on.
Okay. So, yes, welcome to our podcast.
3 coins in a fountain
3 coins
in my butthole.
Come on, you know this one. But if you haven't guessed by now, we're doing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I know.
Actually, real quick, I'm going to interrupt you, Owen.
Yeah.
I listened back to the last episode, and Cody did not put the editorial, by the way, where it's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So everybody thinks we're doing Home Alone.
Yeah. It's a John Hughes movie, okay? It doesn't matter which one. All right.
I kind of like the ongoing bit that Owen is announcing what movie he's doing next, and then every time we put the episode out, it's just a completely different movie.
It's a surprise.
Our very special listener Alex, who will be on a future episode, asked me. He goes, "So is it Home Alone or is it Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?" And he goes, "I go, it's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles." He goes, "Owen and his mess ups." Like, but it was in the text message. That's how I read it, though.
It's a fucking John Hughes movie.
Yeah,
pick any one.
One of my friends that listens to it, I've been telling him what some of the upcoming episodes are, and he thought that we were doing Christmas Vacation. So, and that's just from him.
I mean, that is
confused.
coming up. That's just going to be a month from now when we get it recorded and it comes out, though. That's the episode Alex is going to be on, and that's going to be our funniest episode ever.
That's also a John Hughes movie.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I thought he at least wrote it or some shit.
No, he didn't have anything to do with Christmas Vacation. Hand me your phone with your Wikipedia.
I'm going to fucking look. Hold on.
Look up Christmas Vacation.
I'll show it to you right here. Okay.
You're on Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I'm on John Hughes Filmmaker. It says it went on
European Vacation.
Write, produce, and sometimes direct. And there's Christmas Vacation right there. So
Well,
he either
hold
produced
on.
it.
Yeah, no. I need to look at Filmoscopy. Nope. Christmas Vacation. He was the executive producer and hold on, something else is X'd. And writer. So he's the writer and executive producer, meaning he didn't do shit other than write it. He wrote it.
Executive producer doesn't mean anything. It's like, you can put my name on it.
Okay.
I mean, that's what John Carpenter did for Halloween 2 and stuff like that. He did a little bit. He did actually direct Halloween 2. Okay, welcome to the Halloween podcast. This is a sequel to last week's episode when we were supposed to talk about Friday the 13th.
Yeah. This is supposed to be the Thanksgiving episode, so.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to anybody that will be listening to this episode when it drops. Hope you and your family are safe and don't have COVID, because that sucks if you do.
I hope you have a nice turkey, juicy.
Owen is clenching his fist as he's doing it.
Big, thick, juicy turkey.
He's thinking about Kevin Bacon. This is why he's doing this.
Yes, we'll get to that.
Just make sure you go in the kitchen and watch your mother stuff her fist up in between that turkey's juicy, luscious thighs.
And then Thor pumps out your closet with a hog between his legs, glistening thighs, going, "Don't tell your mom I'm in your room."
Oh,
so yes, man. We hope you're having a happy holiday. And,
unless you work in retail and we feel your pain.
Yeah, but anyways, so let's jump right into this movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, directed by John Hughes, released in 1987.
A year before I was born. It's finally a movie that is older than me.
Yep. And starring the late John Candy and
R.I.P.
Steve Martin.
Yes.
I love John Candy. I love all his movies.
I love John Candy. He's absolutely
he's great. He's great in this movie too.
Yeah, he's wonderful, man. He really is.
Yeah,
everything. His just comedy, just like his personality from the outside. You listen to people's interviews about him. Just an overall sweetheart, and I just absolutely love John Candy.
Didn't he get his start on SNL or something?
I mean, you'd have to look that up right there, and I don't have it. I don't have it. I mean, it really don't matter, but John. He actually made me cry probably 3 times this movie, and I've watched this movie since I was a teenager.
Yeah, this was my first time watching this movie, so I'd never seen it before.
How about you, Cody?
Yeah, this is also my first time. I remember we had the VHS of this on the shelf when I was growing up, and I just never bothered watching it.
Because it was an old movie. I know how you are. You prudish whore. I'm prudish for 2000 stuff, okay? No, I'm just kidding.
2000 was the golden era of film. No, I'm kidding.
It's golden era of music, baby, because Limp Bizkit, Owens from Jacksonville, Florida, he knows that shit. Come on, let's fucking do it.
Rolling. What? But, yeah, so this movie is about Steve Martin stars as Neil Page, and he's trying to get home for Thanksgiving. It starts out he's in a executive office boardroom meeting, and he's like sitting listening to this executive try to decide.
Well, yeah, they're not even listening. They're all just waiting.
He's just sitting there looking at these fucking posters, trying to decide. I want to get paid for that. I want to just like have a job where I just sit there and wait for some executive to decide what fucking poster.
Well, when
to
you
choose.
work with me, you kind of just hang out in the back and get paid for it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's kind of the same thing, if we're being completely honest.
You could. This could be used as evidence against me.
I mean, Ben and Barry will not be listening to this episode. We're totally good.
He's like, I listened to that podcast.
And you motherfuckers going to be working next time I come up here, motherfuckers. Barry, you're like 5'2". Calm down.
Please. So he's trying to get to Chicago from New York, and he has a flight that leaves at 6:45 p.m.
I think it's 6.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 6
It's
on the
6,
dot.
and then he departs at 6:45.
Yeah, because it
I
had
don't-
that big delay.
I don't know why I remember that detail, but I remember that detail.
Well, because he's in that scene. I just watched it last night. That scene they had him in the airport. He looks up at the clock. It's at 6:45. He's like, and then of course, I love it how he recognizes John Candy from earlier.
Yeah. With his weird little mustache that he has.
I mean, it's 80s, dude. But when you get to it after he, go through the whole Kevin Bacon stuff first.
Okay, so he's trying to get a taxi. He's already kind of late, and fucking Kevin Bacon shows up.
God Almighty.
Big man, Mr. Bacon Bits.
I swear all three of us probably got like the sweats when we saw him.
I was like, holy shit.
I thought it was hilarious. I saw him, I'm like, I forgot he's in this part. And I'm like, I bet you Cody and Owen are going to have a field day
He
with
doesn't
this.
even say anything.
I don't
Does he have to?
I don't know why every time I see Kevin Bacon in a movie I've never seen Kevin Bacon in, my first thought is always, is that Kevin Bacon?
Well, my normal thoughts are like, why doesn't somebody have the last name Sausage or Eggs or something like that? It's like Kevin Bacon. I'm like,
He
like
just
the eggs
Michael
with that?
Sausage.
He just needs to
Michael
meet Sally
Sausage.
McGriddle.
But he's trying to catch his taxi so he can go to a camp and get laid.
I do like everybody on these streets are like looking for a taxi, but we focus on these two people, and then the one taxi is like turns its light on. They both look at each other like, nobody else notices this, but then they start like doing the little fucking running. I love that whole little thing.
Yeah, and then he was it the lawyer flags down a cab and he's running towards. He trips over like a chest and
He stares at the chest, and you notice that the
He's
name
like-
says Griffith on it.
yeah.
He's like, and then, so he's like, bribing the thing. It's like, I'll give you $10 for it. He goes, anybody gonna pay $10 for a taxi? We'll pay $50. He's like, not necessarily. And then he gets like 75 or whatever. And then, of course, the other thing you see John Candy.
Yeah, he's fucking being a dick. And
Hey, Steve Martin's character is a dick. I probably, I feel sorry.
you mean Steve
I
Martin
feel-
or John Candy's character?
No, Steve Martin.
Steve.
John
yeah.
Candy's character is like, he's pure of heart. He's like pure intentions. Steve Martin is very much a dick.
But he's like, you can understand where he's coming from throughout the movie.
Yeah, but I mean, also at the same time, he knows. I mean, I as a person, I'm probably other than the successful businessman because I'm not. I am just like Steve Martin's character. I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
But I can watch it and absolutely can hate him as a character, and then John Candy's character, I can just almost want to well up with tears every time when he's
Yeah.
by himself because you can feel like there's fucking sadness about him.
Every time I saw anything about this movie, Steve Martin always reminds me of my granddad. He looks almost exactly like him.
Does he? Well, I hate your granddad.
Okay. So.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sure he's a sweet man. I don't know.
But yes, they see the late, the great Kevin Bacon.
He's not dead. John Candy's dead.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Hey, the funny thing that he opens the door, he goes, "Hey, that's my cab!" After he chases him down, and you see John Candy looking. I'm like, "What?" But it's a very important scene because when they
He looks like a cat that just got caught like fucking scratching up something. He's like,
okay, there's a line in this movie that I think is the line of the movie that has to do with scratching or fidgeting with your hands. But anyway, we'll get to that later on in the movie. But
So they go to the airport. The flight's already been delayed, so he's got time. And he meets John Candy's character, who is Dale Griffith, sorry.
Can we talk about the stare-off they have
Yeah.
at first?
Yeah.
And then they're like staring at each other like, do we know each other? And then Steve Martin just remembers him looking outside of a cab door going, huh? that scene kills me. Like, instead of just imagining his reaction, you see the cab door in front of him going, what? That kills me every time.
You son of a bitch. And then they just can handshake.
You sound like Predator.
Yeah, they do the Predator thing.
And John Candy's like, I'm really good with names. I think I know you. By golly, I forgot yours. He goes, you stole my cab. You're crazy. I never stole anything in my life.
He's like, oh. But
Son of a bitch.
You're the guy that tried to take my cab. That's what John Candy says.
Yeah, he was like, come to think of it, it was easy to get a cab during rush hour.
Yeah, so then the flight's delayed, and they finally get aboard the plane, and
Lo and behold.
he has to sit and coach. And I've never flown first class, and I don't get like the whole like I need to fly first class.
It's like, from what I understand, because I'm poor and I've always like flown like Frontier, which is like a very standard airline.
Yeah,
It's very comfortable. It's relaxed. You get more options for food or drinks and stuff like that. You probably have a nicer bathroom. I don't fucking know. But I'm just imagining it's like, sitting like close up, bunched up. All I'll say is the plane I fucking drove looked like the bus he was riding to Chicago. So that bus is as nice as the plane I've flown on before. So
the flight attendant's like, sorry, asshole, you have to sit and coach. And
she's
like,
being a bitch too.
yeah, they're all bitches in this. Like the rental lady is a total bitch.
Well, to be fair,
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
the rental lady is annoying, and then he cusses her out, and then she's a bitch. So
Yeah.
Oh boy, you're fucked.
Oh boy, he's like, give me the fuck.
I want a fucking car.
He says,
fucking 4 doors, fucking 4 wheels, and 2 seats.
he says fuck as much as I say fuck. So he has to sit next to John Candy, and John Candy is like the stereotypical, like, basically asshole you could sit next to on a plane. He takes his shoes off, and they're stinky.
Yeah, they are. But take it for John Candy's thing. I mean, like I say, everything he doesn't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it right. I totally understand. You come in like two. I was watching some review of this movie because you have 2 trains of thoughts. One, I would totally fucking kill this guy talking about John Candy, or 2, that asshole deserves it talking about Steve Martin. And most people fall in between, but you can totally like want to strangle John Candy at times.
Mm-hmm, yeah. There's some shit in that John Candy, like I said, he does in this movie that's kind of like dickish. Like when he basically steals his card.
Oh, that was great though. When he goes, he's like, "Why do you think my card's in your wallet? Kindness?" He goes, "Kindness."
He does, and then there's that really good line where he's like, "I even let you pay for the
so you wouldn't be a freeloader.
I let you pay for the hotel so you wouldn't feel like a freeloader."
Oh God Almighty! No, I think John Candy, the dickish thing he does is leave that bathroom a fucking mess for him.
Yeah.
He uses like all the fucking towels except for like one washcloth, and he leaves his underwear on the sink and his socks inside the sink. So that's the dickish thing he's done in this movie. Oh God!
He leaves his nut in the toilet.
Oh,
He doesn't even get
oh
up.
man, I can't wait till we get that hotel scene. But he's like, over there, you hear him just like start scratching himself, like.
Oh yeah, he's just beating off in the hotel next to him.
And then
you just hear him go, oh. He stops.
And then he just like he does a. Sorry,
That's
I'm
how I
clearing my
sound.
nostrils. And it stops, and then you hear this pause, and you hear. He's like, God! Steve Martin jumps up.
That's how I sleep. I go.
That's probably how I sleep. I need to ask my girlfriend about that.
So they have to be redirected from their flight to Chicago. They land in Wichita Falls.
Which is so far away.
Yeah, they redirect it like.
That's a whole state away. Kansas is on the other side of Missouri. And Missouri's next to Illinois.
Yeah.
So why the fuck are they stripping that? I don't understand that, like, whatsoever. Like, isn't there another airport between Chicago and Wichita, Kansas?
There's got to be. But I mean,
For movie purposes, I get it, John
yeah.
Hughes. But,
He's like, oh, they had to redirect to what's another Illinois city?
Cairo.
Springfield.
They
That,
had They had to go to The Simpsons.
If you go to Cairo, Illinois, that is a ghost town. Like literally, there's like one gas station and a Subway, everything else, like all the houses are like boarded up. It looks like something out of like a depression or something like that, dude. It's wild.
That sounds like the Midwest. So
Damn.
I'm not surprised.
But yeah, they landed in Kansas, and his wife, she goes, I don't understand why you're in Kansas. He goes, they redirected our flight. And she goes, I don't understand.
He's like, bitch, I told you 5 times.
You're almost as annoying as the wife from Duel.
Oh yeah, I swear, God, you want me to defend your honor, you bitch? You'll cost us my job. Anyway, Cody, what do you? Okay, what are your impressions of the movie so far? You've been very quiet.
Oh, I like the movie up to this point for sure. I think my first laugh out loud moment is after they land in Kansas, though, which I was gonna wait for Owen to get to that point in the plot before I brought it up.
Yeah, so far in the movie, this movie just has a very strong, I love John Hughes movies because they, especially the ones that were made in like the 80s, because he just can make the time period feel so authentic. Comfy. Yeah, authentic and like comfy. As you watch like another 80s movie, it's like any other 80s movie set in New York is like, oh, it's a fucking hellscape, and like isn't Terminator 1 set in New York, and there's just like fucking gangs everywhere and shit. But this one's set in New York, and it's like so nice.
Well, let's see, this is 87. You also have like, the next year or 2 years from now, you're gonna have like Jason Takes Manhattan, Friday the 13th.
Hell
and
yeah.
They have a lot of gangs in Manhattan there.
They have gangs in Times Square for some reason in that movie. So
and then John Candy's like,
he's like, please come back to the hotel with me, baby. And then so they go to that hotel, and that's where the hijinks.
What's up with the car though?
We want to talk about the taxi.
Yeah, the guy they have like all the fucking like pictures of titties everywhere on it.
Nice, bro.
I can't believe you're actually skipping over that, Owen.
Yeah, I can't believe myself right now. That was the best part in the movie.
Well, he's you hear like they're driving around. He goes, "What's taking so long getting us to the hotel?" He goes, "Hey guys, why are you taking the long way?" He goes, "Your friend said he hadn't been here before. I just want to give him a ride." I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Come on, people.
He's proud of his city.
Wichita too. It's fucking hilarious.
Being proud of Wichita.
I mean, I have Well, thank goodness I kept the script Cody wrote for us to do the podcast.
Shit, where's my phone?
Seeing how we're having to jump right in on a recording of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. If you've got this far into the podcast,
like
chances are you probably haven't, because our average listen time is like 17 seconds. But for the 4 people that actually listen to us, this is Filmoscopy, and we're just having to do a re-recording of the last X amount of time, whatever fucking long it takes us here, because Cody messed up the audio.
Cody, you fucked it up, dude. It's not us.
No, we're having a mic issue, and yeah, that's about it. So, Owen, this is page 34 of the script, line 56. It says, Owen, flabbergasted, heated, and hot, says, what the fuck is this, Cody?
Cody pulls out his throbbing. Oh.
Wait a second.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong script. Shit.
And Cody thought we'd sound phony coming up with jokes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it probably is like Whiplash, though. Like, completely like, what?
Yeah, so there was an audio issue with static, and we found out that one of the microphones is given out, so we basically
literally just found out.
We've had to reconvene in order to finish recording the podcast, which is a bummer, but shit happens. So
the show must go on.
But at least this episode will be out right before Thanksgiving. It's intended to drop, so that's all that matters.
Like 2 days before Thanksgiving,
which is fine. If you think about it, it would be pretty much fucking worthless to drop it after Thanksgiving, since that's the holiday is coming up. So But one of my favorite lines in the movie is when John Candy goes, "Hey, I'm really sorry about that beer." He goes, "You put a 6-pack of beer on a vibrating bed. What else did you think was going to happen?" He goes, "I don't know. It was just a really long day." He goes, "Oh, thanks to you, I have to sleep in a puddle of beer."
I don't understand even how it happened. Like, did he just open it over the spot he would sleep on?
No, he put them on the thing, and the vibrating bed shook them up, and then they exploded. Oh,
that's a pretty good bit.
And then the whole, John Candy's like, sorry.
I need to clear my sinuses.
I need to clear my sinuses out. So yeah, they're having that. This one, Steve Martin gets mad and calls him a Chatty Cathy doll.
Yeah.
I just rewatched this movie literally
Chatty Cathy.
4 days ago.
I pull your cock.
Oh my god! When he's like, "You're like a Chatty Cathy doll." Instead of me pulling on the cord, it's you going,
It's like, shut up! You're hurting my fucking feelings.
Yeah,
And then he does the speech from Family Guy.
Okay. Yes, this movie is a rip-off of Family Guy. I like me. My wife likes me.
The first time I ever heard that speech was from Family Guy. So when I was,
Did they actually do the whole "my wife likes me"?
It's the whole fucking speech.
Who says it though?
It's Peter. I don't remember.
Oh
what
my god!
context. I don't remember the context, but I remember when I was hearing it in this movie, I was like, dude, that's funny.
Yeah, I need to go back. I need to look that up because I remember Peter doing that speech. That since you brought it up, but I don't remember the context for it either. But I think it was in one of the earlier seasons. You know, back when Family Guy was still funny.
The only line I ever remember from Family Guy, and it's something I see on Twitter all the time, is Lois saying something about Peter being immature. He goes, "Well, if I'm immature, that makes you a pedophile. I'd be damned if I listen to a pervert." Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. I'm speaking to my Peter. Hey, Peter. But anyway, so we have a little "my wife likes me" speech, and then John Candy lays down in bed like a child. And this is where Cody comes in from the last recording, says, "It's just like a child," but let me tell you something there, boys. Andy Dufresne escaped.
I wish I could tell you that the sisters left Andy alone, but prison is no fairy tale.
And the two men go back to bed.
Together. So we wake up
and Macaulay Culkin steals their fucking credit cards.
Yeah, the trashy Macaulay Culkin. Well, Macaulay Culkin from 2003.
Yeah, it looks like fucking crackhead Macaulay Culkin.
From 2003 shows up in 1987's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Like, I'm gonna steal these guys' money.
And then they go to a diner. A sweet.
Oh no, you're missing the cuddling scene.
Oh yeah.
John Candy kisses him on the ear.
Yeah, and
he's like, "Dill,
did you just kiss me?"
And he's like, "Did you just kiss my ear?" He goes, "Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand?"
Between two pillows.
Those are pillows.
He puts his hand deeper. He's like, "Wait, let me feel that."
Wait, I don't think so.
Wait, I think they're pillows.
These pillows are really wet too.
Wait. Hey, I found a hole between these two pillows.
See, I talked to these ones.
Hold on, let me go deeper in the hole. Hold on, wait.
Oh god! I didn't. That's Steve Martin coming. He's like, ah!
He's like, those aren't pillows. He's like, no, I think they're pillows. Hold on.
Oh god.
Okay, you were right. They weren't pillows.
So. Thanks. My fever broke. Appreciate it.
Oh, did you eat lasagna yesterday?
Oh god.
I had my whole arm up in there like you were a puppet.
I was working your mouth like a puppet. You feel me?
Sorry about that. So hey, how's about breakfast?
How about those Chicago Bears? They're going all the way.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they get up and they like try to be manly. So after that, they go to the diner. Sorry, and it's like a shitty, trashy diner. They're smoking in there. I think we talked about this during the last recording, where it was like, oh, they don't let you smoke in diners anymore. I think Lance is getting up to take a shit. About the shit show. It's me and Cody flying solo now. They're in the diner, and it's nasty. They're smoking in there, and it comes time to pay, and none of them have their money. And then Steve Martin's character accuses John Candy's character of swindling his fucking dosh. And he's like, no, I have, how much was it? $273. I'm pretty sure that's exactly how much money he said.
If you remembered exactly how much, I'd be very impressed.
I think he said $273. Count it right now. And he's like, there's nothing in it, you fucker. So yeah, that's when they realized they both got
robbed. I guess you can't really say swindled because nobody tricked them out of the money.
They got robbed. So they just so throughout the rest of the movie, they have to use like their credit cards and shit.
Yeah, except John Candy doesn't have a credit card. He has like some card
like
that's for a specific store in the Midwest or some crap that he can't
it's
even
like
use.
a clothing store or some shit. I don't remember what he said. John Candy's character has his ride set up, and it's by this like country Kansas hick whose name is Owen, which is funny.
Oh yeah,
And
he's gonna take him to the train station.
Yeah, he's doing spit, and he's like, and he fucking like wipes all of his chaw off his jaw and gives the man a handshake.
And every time he's like hawking up spit, he has a stupid look on his face.
How's it going, y'all? Think.
I love the line when he's talking about when he tells his wife to get out of the car and load the bags in the back, and they're like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that." And he's like, "Well, she's tough."
I never thought that was his wife. I thought it was like his daughter or some shit.
I think it's his wife.
She looks dramatically younger than he is.
Yeah, maybe.
They should call the police.
Maybe you're just misremembering because they're both dirty, so maybe they just look older.
I guess so. But then he's like, the baby came out sideways.
She didn't scream or nothing.
I don't think babies can come out sideways, but I wouldn't know. I've never given birth. So.
The baby came out holding it open, like, you know, in those cartoons when the guy's about to get eaten by an alligator.
Yeah, he's
he
like,
stands up and holds it open.
He's like, don't close it now. like it's like in The Empire Strikes Back when they're in that fucking asteroid and the worm's closing its mouth.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the baby. Stop! It's closing. The cave's closing. So they get a ride in the back of these country blumpkins pickup truck, and there's a dog back there. And a bit at the beginning of the movie is that Steve Martin's character forgets his gloves at the meeting, like at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
And so, yeah, he doesn't have his gloves like pretty much all throughout the movie. But there's like one thing of gloves in this back of this pickup truck. But there's a dog there. And he's like, there's this really funny moment where John Candy's character, while Steve Martin's character is trying to reach for the glove, the dog snaps at him. And John Candy's character is like, just give him the damn glove. That's how.
And then when they get to their destination, they're all like frozen, including the dog, who's like frozen in like a growling phase.
Hell yeah! I loved riding in the back of pickup trucks when I was a kid. That was awesome. It's very illegal though. Don't do that. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that, kids.
Yeah, the kids who are listening to this podcast.
If Ma and Pa tell you to hop in the back of the pickup, you say no, Ma. That's illegal.
And wear your seatbelt too.
Or you could be like this one truck I saw where they had 2 seats attached in the bed of the pickup truck, so you could literally sit down in seats and seatbelt yourself in.
That's white trash as hell. I like that.
Oh, I know it is.
Shout out to Tennessee.
Yeah. Tennessee, where you can literally see a beat up 1980 station wagon that looks like it's about to fall apart, but have 20-inch wheels that probably cost 4 times as much as the car's worth.
What is it with people with like shitty junker cars? They're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna give me some motherfucking rims on that son bitch.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. At least put some effort into the car, you know.
So they make it that was a really fast shit, honestly. For you.
Damn, dude. You need to calm down.
I'm sorry.
You need to calm down.
That door was open. We're in the middle of it.
You're being too loud.
You're shitting too loud.
Where are we at now?
He just got in the truck with that Blumpkin dude with the spit, and now they're in. I think they're in like Wichita, Kansas, or some shit.
They're going.
And they're trying to get on
Studsville.
Studsville.
The guy goes. People train goes out of Studsville.
You ain't gonna catch a train. People train coming out of Wichita.
And then Martin's character, obviously with no gloves, sees gloves in the back of the truck. Dog shows up out of fucking nowhere. Yeah. He goes, "Arr!" He just nipped it. Nipped. I said nipped. Nipped.
Nipp.
So they're catching the train, right?
Yeah, now they're trying to get on the train. There's the dude with the rats in his lap. Shout out to that guy.
There's no rats. What are you talking about, rats?
We did this fucking same thing the last time.
There's no rats? I just watched the fucking movie 3 days ago.
The guy is sitting next to Steve Martin and John Candy.
He has rats or mice or something in a
has two
box
little
sitting on his
rats.
lap.
Two mice.
We did this during the fucking...
Okay, look.
Okay, why don't you fucking take out your fucking geologist degree? That's not even what your biology degree. Cody, cut that out. Make me seem pretty smart here.
You're the one in college. No,
Give me some
I just
credence
watched this
here.
movie 4 days ago with Brittany, and Cody's like, Brittany? I'm like, that's my girlfriend's alias, okay?
Britney Spears, dude.
I don't wait for Cody's like, Brittany?
Give me more. Give me.
I just watched this like 4 days ago with her, and I do not notice any rats. I literally forgot about Kevin Bacon, though, at the beginning of it.
Yeah, there is a Kevin Bacon.
You always
okay,
forget about the
he
bacon
should've
until
been
it's
there.
sizzling.
Oh, baby.
Oh, give me them fucking bacon bits. I probably did that.
You
Probably.
did. You said bacon bits in the other one.
Oh, he's on the train. He thinks he's done with Dale.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
He's like,
But
I never have to feel that guy's hand in my nether regions anymore. I can finally forget about that shit. There's a lot of Navy guys in this movie for some reason. Like, you notice that when they're like on the train and on the bus, for some reason there's a bunch of sailors in the Navy.
we're showing right off again. We're showing right off again.
You can sail the 7 seas.
Turns into a fucking musical. Everybody's got buckets and a mop.
But that was just noise.
Oh, God. But yeah, he thinks he's done. And for some reason, this train's engine decides to blow up.
And then
Everybody has to walk through a fucking cow patty. Like, it looks like a big field. I'm like, ugh.
John Candy's character's dragging his fucking big chest.
He looks back too. He goes, I know he's on there somewhere. And he's like, fuck. He's like the person you help out in the grocery store. It's like, here's like $10. Like, thank you. And he's like, hey, you want more money? No.
They go to Jefferson City. Okay.
Is that where it breaks down at?
No, that's not where it breaks down. Or yeah, I think that is where it breaks down.
Okay.
And then they're trying to get like money.
So he's selling his shower curtains with earrings.
They're like, it'll make you look older.
This is a Phyllis Diller. This is Susan Sarandon.
This is a cock ring. You want this?
These things are going to be huge in pornos in about 10 years. About 10 or 15 years, this thing's going to be fucking huge.
You ever hear of a Prince Albert?
This is the substitute. Oh, God.
So, doesn't...
I'm surprised they didn't show him selling one of those to, like, farmers. Says, you can pierce your cows with these. They put them in the ears.
Here's a mighty fine brand, I'll tell you myself. So they buy the bus tickets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with that money. But they also had... Well, yeah, that dinner scene comes after the bus scene. He's like, we're still sitting over 100 smackers from my brilliant idea. They're like eating food. That's when he tells them.
The bus scene.
Yeah, that's after the bus. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
was thinking of.
Okay, yeah.
The bus scene is just, other than, I don't, the people, like,
The only
about to
thing-
have sex.
Yeah, they're
It's
like,
just kind of stupid.
And he's like...
They're
he's
two
like-
good-looking gentlemen, too. There's nothing against them.
He's looking over. He's like, nice. I like how he's like, you got busted.
Yeah, because you got busted.
It's like, what was he doing? He's just looking at it. It was like he was like jacking off or anything. You got busted.
And then,
They're leaning over, making out. Steve Martin reaches over and gently brushes her cheek while they're making out.
He pulls the back of his hair, and you hear the guy go, "Oh, baby!" He goes, that wasn't me.
He's like, hey, can I slip in there?
I mean, it's big enough. I see it. I can see it from over here across the hallway.
He just likes to watch. You
But-
got busted.
Oh, well, the songs, and then the best part, they're all singing. I don't even remember what the first song was.
The
that they
first
show
song,
off.
I don't know, some kind of just generic.
Yeah,
They
it's
were,
something-
they were singing WAP.
They were singing
Wet
A Careless Whisper.
macaroni in a pot. Can you
Oh,
just
God.
imagine people in the 80s just singing fucking wet ass pussy?
Well, they
He starts singing like a fucking like intellectual like 40s like fucking song. 3 rings. They're like, get the fuck out of here.
oh my god! But they're like, anybody else got a song? And Neil's like, I do. He goes, hey, Neil Page has a song. Like everybody wants to know his last name. And he's like, 3 coins in a fountain, each one representing happiness.
And then
You guys know the song, right?
they're like, shut the fuck up. Flintstones. It's the
Yeah, John
Flintstones.
Candy's like, hey, they go through the whole song and he goes, Wilma! I'm like, you dumbass.
And here's a story that I did not get to tell on the last recording, and I don't.
This is another recording.
Keep the kayfabe intact. Here.
Oh, kayfabe, sorry.
So, when I was like in 4th grade at my elementary school, they used to play Boomerang during lunchtime, and they do it like every day. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. But the thing is that they have like certain episodes that play every day at certain times, and the Flintstones would always play during lunchtime, and the theme song comes on. And this is in like rural Georgia, like the middle of fucking like nowhere, where everybody's like
the middle of nowhere. We used to.
We did that.
Just bang.
We did that bit. We did that bit. We can't do it again.
This is the 3rd episode in a row that bit's come on.
Okay, let's just do it the next episode. Or actually,
It's gonna be a running bit.
you guys need to remember.
Stupid dog, you made me look bad.
Stupid dog.
Booga, booga, booga.
So the Flintstones comes on, and I hear the theme song, and I hear the part where it says, "Have a gay old time." And I turn to the kid next to me, and I'm like, gay. And the kid goes, and this is some fucking country blumpkin from like southern Georgia. He goes, "Shut up, that's not funny." I'm like, what the fuck?
And the funny thing is, you actually did say that in the last recording.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did tell the
Yeah, you
story.
did this
I
story.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I
Great.
didn't do this story.
Oh my god, it was so great though.
So they got off the bus, they go into the diner. He got like a shit ton of money from peddling his dumb little...
There's another clue in this part though. This is what he goes. I've been spending too much time away from home. He goes, I haven't been home in years.
I know that sucks in years. So,
Oh man.
yeah, he says that, and he's like, well, you need a family. You need stability. Neil Page says that to I don't even remember.
He doesn't even say that.
I don't remember John Candy's character's name.
Dale Griffith.
John Candy, okay. Got
John
Why does Neil
Candy.
Page sound like a low-level mobster? See, you needs family.
He needs family, you fat fuck.
Family, come on.
You need to go out there and get yourself a yabba dabba doo time, huh?
So he raises enough money.
Selling
he's
Girl
like-
Scout cookies.
I forget what he says to him. He's like, "You can take this money."
No, they get in that fight. That's when he goes, you know, Dale, I've been thinking when we put our heads together. No, but they're having that scene where he's like, how did he word? He goes, you know, Dale, I've been thinking when we put our heads together, we just get nowhere fast. I think we should go our separate ways. He goes, yeah, that's fine. Here, take the money. Leave it there. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't want your fucking dirty drug money, you bitch.
You don't want your shower curtain ring money, you fucking whore.
So he goes to the airport in wherever the fuck.
That's not an
they are.
airport. They
No,
ain't the
he
airport.
goes, or no, he doesn't. Well, he does it off
They're getting
camera.
a rental car.
Yeah, but he does it off camera. You only get rental cars at the airport, okay?
Okay.
So,
Well, it's not snow anymore, don't you? Excuse me. Don't you think the airport should have just had a plane ready at that point?
I don't
Yeah.
think the rental car place is at the airport. I think it's just a rental car place.
No,
Well, he
no, that
goes
one
to
is that. Yeah.
yeah, he did that one.
Have you
is-
ever rented a car before, Cody?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You CarMax looking ass.
yeah,
Go to the airport next time.
they have rental car at the airport. That's what that big bus took him from the airport 3 miles away to the where he picked up his car.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think about that, but he goes up to it, and the car is missing. And then the fucking incredible remix song plays. You're messing with the wrong guy. Cody hates this song.
Me and Cody think it's a weird song.
I think it's funny in that moment.
You're messing with the wrong guy.
So he treks 3 miles back. He fucking falls in the snow and that dirty ass snow on the side of the road.
Yeah. He leaves his briefcase like on the bridge after he falls, and I wonder if he like jumped up and grabbed it.
Yeah, I know that. You know what they. Then it shows him in line at the desk with the airport lady talking about her Thanksgiving dinner. She goes, gobble, gobble, gobble. But yeah, she plays in a lot of other movies. I've seen her before. She's like just one of those like random character actors, but she's funny. But, you know, she's doing that, and she looks at him, she goes, can I help you? He goes, you can start by wiping that fucking smile off your fucking face.
Fuck.
And then she just goes from halfway smiling to, like, dead. She's like, what? He goes, and I can't remember exactly the whole order, but he goes, there was no fucking car in the fucking car space. And he's like, it's like, I want a car. I want 4 fucking wheels and a fucking seat. A Buick, a GMC, something. And she goes, well, do you have your rental agreement? He goes, I threw it away.
Well, you're fucking fucked, bro.
And she goes, you're fucked.
You're Chuck and sucks.
And then the best line of the movie is when I don't know if that dude's a taxi driver.
Yeah, he's like a taxi coordinator.
Yeah, he walks up to him and he's like, where you heading? He goes, he's going back to Chicago. He goes, Chicago? Have you ever tried flying? It's an easy way to travel. You get a free flight. He goes,
shut up, bitch.
He goes, if I wanted a joke, I'd follow you in the bathroom and watch you take a leak.
If I wanted a joke, I'd follow you into the bathroom and have sex with you.
Yeah. This thing he gets punched in the face. And it doesn't imply it, but you have to think John Candy's the one that got his car.
Yeah. Well, he says he rented it with his... I don't know how the fuck they would make that big of a mistake. Well, maybe...
no. I rewatched this and I caught it when they went to the motel and they gave the 2 credit cards to the guy.
Yeah.
He put Dale's in there first. And Dale's Pickles. They put Dale's Pickles in the credit card reader.
The listener's like, what? What's going on?
But he did that, and then Steve Martin grabbed that card, and then Dale grabbed his card. It was a big mix-up. Oh. But it was just a quiet thing, like the camera zooms in on it for a moment right before he grabs it. They have one.
That's a little detail, dude.
Yeah. But then he almost crushes Steve Martin's head. And the guy's yelling out, get this car out of here! Get it out! And he goes, you insensitive asshole! I'll move my car, but you help my friend up. And that's when he clutches his glove. He's like, with pleasure. He goes, no!
With pleasure. And he starts jerking him off. I'll help you up, alright.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. The funniest bit in the movie happens now, and it's where he's in the car, and Neil Page does not talk for like maybe 5 minutes.
Oh God!
And John Candy's character asks him a question, and he's like, he like responds.
He asks him, he goes, "Aren't you? You know how happy I am to know I didn't crush your head with the car?" And he goes, he does it.
Yeah, his voice is really high pitched.
It's high pitched, like he sucked on like helium.
Because his balls are gone.
He goes, "I kind of wish you actually ran me over." Well, probably the best sequence of the movie happens. They're on the highway. Well, first off, John Candy's fucking with the seat. He's like, he's just like, it's one of those seats you just like maneuver all around.
Yeah, he's like, stop fucking with it.
And he's like, you're going to break the seat. He goes, I got to get comfortable. And he goes,
I'll let my balls hang.
He gotta let my balls hang low. He goes, oh, this is lovely. And then he goes to reach for his shoe. He goes, and then Steve Martin's like, what? And he goes, I can't take off my shoes. He's like, good, you don't need to. He's like, I can't relax with my shoes on. And then he says, you know what? It must be nice being all nice and perfect and clean. And then they mentioned something. I can't remember what it was.
I forget what it was. He was like, he's like, you touch your balls a lot.
He was like, you fidget with your nuts a lot.
And
then Steve Martin goes, I do not play with my balls.
I'm not fidgeting with my nuts. I'm playing with my dick, bitch.
And then he goes, you know what I like? He goes, an extra set of fingers and some more balls. Or extra set of balls and more fingers. I need 6 more balls over here. There's 3 ball sacks. Come on, baby, let's bring this.
Hey, it's a therapeutic process. But they have this fucking thing where John Candy's pretending to play the piano, and his face he makes is hilarious.
And also, doesn't he have like a trumpet? Like
he does like a trumpet, but it's when he's pretending to play the piano, and he looks over at Steve Martin, and he does his face, and it's like the funniest shit ever.
And then we also have to put this in context. Steve Martin is asleep. John Candy's smoking a cigarette while trying to steer the car while doing all this shit.
He's all over the road.
Throws the cigarette out the window. It flies in the back window because he's his window cracked on that side, on both windows. And all like probably like 2 minutes later, you see John Candy going, Like it's hot.
It's hot as fuck.
He doesn't know what the hell's going on. Of course, it could just because he's fat.
Why doesn't he just roll the window down?
You know, that would be too easy for the plot, sort of thinking. Someone asked John Hughes, why doesn't he just roll the windows? He's like, why don't you go find a new fucking job? Yeah.
So he spins out the car because he gets his jacket caught on the seat.
On both sides of the seat.
On both sides.
That's the beautiful. I rewatched it. He goes, he takes off one side and literally gets like the part stuck where you would back the seat down, like lay it back, and then the other side, I don't know what the fuck he gets it caught on. John Candy almost kills him in a wreck.
No.
Goes off the exit.
The wrong fucking way.
No, he goes off the exit, comes back up the exit ramp instead of going over to the next entrance ramp.
Damn, you watched the extended version.
No, it's the same fucking movie. I just watched it literally like 4 days ago. So my girlfriend wouldn't see it.
Christmas tree.
Christmas vacation. When he goes, they're driving the wrong way, and you see somebody trying to flag him down from the other fucking road. Like, literally, you have the big pile, like, big piece of land between the two lanes, and they're like, hey, roll your window down! And he goes, you're going the wrong way! Oh, he's drunk. How does he know which way we're going? He goes, yeah, how does he know? And he's like, thank you. That's when the two trucks come up.
Yeah. And then he's like, ah!
And he's like tapping, he goes, truck. And he's like, what? And John Candy looks, and they both go, ah! So going through the trucks. And there's a scene where they're like, it turns and shows their skeletons, like, ah! And then John Candy looks at Steve Martin, and Steve Martin looks at him, and he sees him as the devil. He's like, ah!
That's a good bit right there.
That's just great.
Okay. So then they have a moment, or
the car sets on fire after
he slams on the brake. Over. The chest flies off into the road. They pull off to the side of the road, and they're like, "My car's fucked."
No, and they're like, "Oh, Steve Martin's like, I can't believe you finally did it to yourself. This whole time, everything's been happening to me, but you finally did it yourself. How can you turn this back into the rental company?" He's like laughing about it, and he goes like, ha, 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 ha. He's like, how did you get a car? You don't even have a credit card. And he's like, I showed him some sour curtain rings. He's like,
that won't work.
Hell, that won't work.
Stop fucking lying to me.
You have my credit card. You stole it. He's doing this whole thing.
And then he starts shaking him.
And then he punches him right in the gut. He goes, oh!
Go kill me like Houdini.
I love it. And the car goes ablaze.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, shaking him. He goes, give me back my car. He goes, why I can't? He starts shaking him again. He goes, why not? He's like, I put it back in your wallet when you were asleep. And they look over, and the wallet's in the car. The car's
he put it in the fucking glove box, which no one does that. Why would you put your wallet in the glove box to forget? And especially in a rental car.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Because he has that fat marketing wallet, so it's hurting his ass while he's sitting in the car. Oh yeah, you also forgot one of John Candy's best lines where he's like, I thought you let me have your card or whatever, and he's like, why would I do that? He goes, kindness.
I love it. Kindness? He goes, kindness. They get to the little. The first one was a motel. This one's a motel too, right?
Yeah, they're both motels.
Yeah.
Motorhomes.
The Bates Motel, they show up. This guy's like Norman Bates smoking a cigarette but bald.
They just caught him taking off his mask, his skin mask.
He's like, oh yeah, my mom owns the place. Sorry, guys.
Don't go up to the house, okay?
I love that. I went.
But this is the falling out again between the two characters, and Steve Martin's character tells John Candy's character to fucking sit in the shitty car out.
No, he didn't tell him to sit down. He goes,
he
buys the motel room, and he sits in there because John Candy can't afford it.
And he buys a 2-bed one just to be further to be an asshole.
I think that's the only one they had left.
He's like, give me a 2-bedroom one. He sets it all up, and he's like, haha, psych.
Psych, you fucking fat shit.
Lance, did you fart?
Yeah.
That shit's disgusting. What the fuck? I let you come into my fucking house and you shit it up. This is evidence on the fucking podcast. Don't cut this shit out. I'm gonna send this to fucking the high courts or some shit.
It smells like rotten eggs.
I'm gonna get some fucking compensation.
I'll buy your microphone.
Okay. I guess that's an okay trade.
I gotta buy you another microphone, you piece of shit.
I guess that's even.
Yeah.
So
I buy you a microphone. I shit
this
in your
is the
apartment.
funniest fucking joke we did last time. Cody did. I'm gonna let Cody set it up again, and we're just gonna do it again.
Cody doesn't remember how to set it up. I promise.
Okay. So he's just saying.
So John Candy's out in his car because, you know, he can't afford a room. And, of course, the car's all burned out and everything. And Steve Martin's looking out the window while John Candy's out there talking. And he sees John Candy just smelling his finger and reminiscing about what Steve Martin smelled like that morning.
He's like,
We're combining the jokes now.
what the fuck is he doing out there?
And all of a sudden you see a blue light come from the sky.
So
highlight
yeah,
over
so,
John Candy.
No, that wasn't it.
so he looks out the window and John Candy's... So he looks out the window and John Candy's just like talking to his alien overlords. Just beep bop, dop, dop, get up, beep bop.
This setup was not as good as the first time.
No,
You're just gonna have to
I knew
fucking
it
trust
wouldn't be.
us that it was the
You know what?
greatest,
You know
funniest
what?
fucking thing.
I
What,
might
Cody? You tell us what.
Just
even though there's static in the original part, I might just cut it and put it at the end of this episode. Even though there's static on it, just so people can hear the original joke.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
This will be great.
Hearing me fucking lose my
He's
sides.
just losing his shit.
So he feels bad for him because he's talking to his alien buddies. And
TT, go home.
she's like, I'm sorry.
He goes, Dale, get in here.
Get in here, brother.
And then they have this, like, they're getting, I don't know where they get the little mini bar.
Well, he tells him to get in the room, and then he looks outside and looks up at the sky just to make sure that no one's watching him before he closes the door.
He's over here starting to think, well, maybe that wasn't his finger on my ass, that was a tentacle. He had a deep reach.
He's like, wait a minute. Was that a pro? He starts unlocking memories.
I was wondering why I could see my stomach glowing. It must have been that light on the end of his finger.
Oh man.
Noise.
Oh my god. That was incredible, Cody. I love that. Alright, they have a little big moment where he's like
powwow.
Yeah. We've completely butchered this movie.
This is how the real, true fact.
This is what happens if you have to record the podcast twice on the same fucking movie.
I think the quality has been even improved.
They had a moment where they're bonding, they're getting drunk. It says, "Oh, this is great," and then Steve Martin says, "You know, at least you have somebody grow whole, like
A wife that loves you
and all that stuff." Yeah,
He's like, yeah.
yeah, and it's like, oh,
He looks over at his chest.
all right, so we gotta get this like rolling. I gotta get out of here and get the Chili's.
Yeah, we got.
I gotta get the turf and turf.
All right. So
That's a steak and steak.
okay. Now what?
Okay. He's like, okay.
Okay.
Almost got really bony arms. Like, look at that. Well, they fucking are leaving in the morning. They're stuck, and then John Candy's trying to back out the driveway, and he backs into the motel.
He fucks up the motel.
And then Steve Martin goes, "Oh." And then John Candy looks back and goes, "Well."
And then he's like, go.
He's like, go. And then they have the Tommy Boy moment where they're driving with the car with no top, no gauges, no nothing. What's just surprising, the wheels are still inflated.
Yeah, the one of the wheels looks like it's about to fall off. I wonder if they, like, for the stunt, if they, like, actually had a car like that. That seems really
No, it's CGI.
Oh, yeah, of course. Jar Jar Binks.
No, but he tells him, he goes, "Sorry, guys." He has a weird voice. He goes, "Sorry, guys, I just can't let you go on."
He's like,
And he goes,
suck your
"Well,
dick."
sir, I'll probe your asshole.
Penis enlargement pills? You want some of those?
Look at these rings. You just crush them up, they turn into fucking pills."
Oh gosh. So the cop asked them if they feel like the vehicle's safe, and John Candy in a very serious tone is like, Yes,
He
I
goes,
do."
"Yes, I do."
They get towed back to the town.
Yeah, you see Steve Martin standing on like the side of the road. He's got like a weird ass like one of those hats that covers your ears, like you see some of them in Minnesota.
You shot deer hunter hat.
Yeah, and also that's a movie we're not going to review, Deer Hunter.
Hell yeah.
I'm wiping.
I figured we
tears
could
from my
just
face.
review the deer hunting arcade game that you'd see in every Walmart ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
we'll do that. That's cool.
That's fucking awesome. We should just like review that instead of like movies, like
Take it-
Terminator. Instead of reviewing the movie, he goes, "Remember that Terminator arcade game you used to see in Walmart?"
We'll take a trip to Nashville. Go to like Dave and Buster's.
Hey, that'd actually be pretty fun, to be honest with you. Live on location, Dave's and Buster's. We're getting sponsored by Dave's and Buster's.
Do the podcast in Dave and Buster's.
You hear somebody go, "Sir, you gotta leave right now."
you haven't even bought a play card, sir. You need to get out of here.
It's like, "Sir, where's
Sir,
my chicken?"
You need to stop putting your dicks in the. You need to stop putting your dick on all the joysticks.
Well, look how big it is. I mean, I can't help it.
Sir, please stop fucking the flight simulator.
Anyway, the guy shows up. Okay, the dude looks normal. This is what I don't understand. He drives John Candy up to Steve Martin's character. Looks normal. He goes, "All right, I got us a ride." And he goes, "As long as the heater's working, it's fine." He goes, "Actually, we can't sit up front." Motherfucker, you were just sitting up front.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
he
it
was
is
like
kinda
for this
weird.
one exception, we sucked them off before. But
John
they
Candy's just like, all you have to do is go, "Sup," and he's already on his knees, like he's ready for
give
it.
him a cock ring or two.
So,
But they have to ride in the back, and it's like this frozen milk or ice cream truck or some shit.
yeah.
And they're freezing their balls off.
He goes, "And I think you'll be in Chicago in 3 hours."
And that's how.
And he goes, like, there shouldn't be any traffic. It is Thanksgiving.
That's bullshit. Was he pretending?
No, he wasn't. No, they're sitting back there. He goes, "Yeah, there shouldn't be any traffic either because, it's Thanksgiving." And then Steve Martin just sitting there just, like, quiet because he's fucking freezing.
Thanksgiving's fucked for travel, dude.
He is getting, like, if you just grabbed those fucking gloves, he would have been alright at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But
They make
They
it to the Chicago fucking
Transit?
state. Yeah, like the transit. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never
I've
been
never-
to Chicago.
I've never seen anything fucking fancy like that before. So.
So they go to the train and they have like
Steve Martin, and they have, like, kind of an emotional goodbye and says, "You have a good Thanksgiving." And I'm going to get this joke out because this was my joke.
okay. I think this was a cooperative joke.
No, it's not cooperative. It's like you
This was
like
a-
agreeing with me is cooperative. This
This
is
is
a co-op.
fucking bullshit.
This is a
dude.
cooperation.
I'm about to fucking splinter off and make my own podcast. Like this is gonna be the Beatles.
Movie-oscopy.
Yeah.
movie Oscar.
Completely original Oscar.
But he says, "Say hi to your wife. I feel like I already know her." And then John Candy looks kind of nervously at his crate and goes, "Yeah, she's a lot closer than you would actually think."
He just starts tapping the box.
It's like-
Yep.
Turns out, Steve Martin puts
He cut that bitch up.
Steve Martin puts all this together. He goes back and he's like, "My wife likes me." And, he finds out, he goes back and he goes, "Dale, what are you doing in here? And where's your wife?" And he goes, "She's been dead for 8 years." He goes, "I didn't ask what she was. I said, where is she?"
He looks
and he
at the
looks
box.
at the crate and he goes, "It's in the box."
He starts sweating. He looks at the box. That's his equipment that he uses to talk to the aliens.
And then Dale, not Dale, Neil. Neil, which is Steve Martin. I'm just going to Steve Martin. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Steve
just
Martin's
call him
like kind of shocked, and he puts his hand in his head and he pulls his eyes up, only to see John Candy with a fucking wrench beating the shit out of him, and he's trying to kill him. He's like, "You're not going home either."
He does the Home Alone face.
Let's-
So here's
let's-
the ending that Lance hates.
Okay, no, let's be serious about this because Alex will listen to this and go, "This fucking thing's off the fucking rails." I'm like, it's because we had to record it twice. Anyway, the ending is actually John Candy. You realize his wife is dead. She's been dead for 8 years. He doesn't have a home. It's a really sad, depressing scene. Steve Martin brings him back home. They're carrying that big ass crate with whatever's inside, and then he's introducing to the family. And then Steve Martin sees his wife. He goes, "Honey, this is Mr. Griffith. This is my wife. I can't remember her name." And they do the hello, and then they do a big embrace. So it pans over to John Candy, painfully like smiling and then looking down, holding his hat like a kid would if he got
It
in
looks
trouble.
like he's like embarrassed to be there.
Like very embarrassed.
He's like, "Stop filming me. When's it gonna go away?"
And then it goes back to them hugging, and then it goes back to John Candy just looking up and smiling. We made a mockery of this fucking movie. But I really enjoyed this movie. I really love it.
I think.
Yeah, I do
everybody here-
too.
Yeah, everybody here really likes this.
I 100% recommend it. And my girlfriend loved it.
It's a John Hughes movie. That means it's pretty good. Unless
Yeah.
it's Baby's Day Out or Home Alone 3. Those two suck.
I don't think he did Home Alone 3.
Oh, really? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he did.
I
Or
think
he had some
I
kind
think
of-
he was done by the 90s. He's just kind of quietly retired.
He did Baby's Day Out though.
I was gonna say because the Home Alones without Macaulay Culkin seem like they're not filmed the same way.
Yeah.
Too much
beyond
CGI.
beyond having a different family in it, but you know, it just the style is not the same.
He always just looked at me. He said CGI. Looked at me. I'm like, yeah.
Mr. Jar Jar Binks.
Mr. Jar Jar Binks over here. But anyway,
Macaulay Culkin.
like the seriously, the scene that I have a problem with, and it really takes away from the movie, is him. It's just the closing shot. And my buddy Alex, let me pull up that text.
How did you want it to end?
Them eating food. I've sat here and thought about this. I've rewatched
It would be cool if it was like just the family and they're like laughing and it kind of just fades to black on that, like with them fucking eating
but you're
food.
like sitting here like, hi, Steve Martin has a wife, you don't. Ha ha.
your wife's dead.
You know, they need to show a dinner scene. Everyone's laughing, having a good time, and the camera slowly pans over to John Candy at the
And
opposite
he's
end of the
laughing,
table
too.
from Steve Martin, and he's actually died while everyone else is eating. So then they
What's
have to
that
end the
hard
movie
to
on a
tell?
big funeral scene.
That's I think what I just said was fucked up. How did John Candy die?
So this is like my conversation with my buddy Alex. Me and him are the ones that quote movies to each other like every day through text and all that stuff. We both love this movie. And I sent him a text. I go, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is damn funny, but I hate this ending. And Alex goes, it's so super sad, but I love the ending. He goes, Dale finally came to terms with his wife's death and gained a new friend. It's a great ending, IMO. And I went, I don't think he came to terms with her death. The ending, the closing shot is Dale looking down and almost painfully smiling at Martin's character hugging his own wife and kids. And Alex goes,
I feel like it's just him getting what he's missed for so long. Like he's finally getting kind of like a family experience, and he's missed that shit, you know?
I don't think he's missed the experience. I think he's missed his wife.
I mean, yeah, but the wife is part of the family.
I mean, he's had somewhere to go for this Thanksgiving. He's at a warm home. That's the sweet part. But that's like 10% sweet. Like 90%, in my opinion, is just fucking bitter.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is
and
a
the bitter
bittersweet
part
ending.
comes even more so from the fact that Steve Martin's been such a prick the entire movie. And John Candy, while he could be annoying, he was genuine and, you know, likable. And in the end, it feels like John Candy's got the result that maybe Steve Martin should have had for being a prick. You know, it just
His
doesn't
wife
seem
killed.
fair.
His wife killed. She did his wife killed.
Yeah, so
But let me finish this up real quick. Alex said, I didn't see it so much as a painful smile, but just a little uncomfortable showing up on Thanksgiving. Maybe coming to terms is too definite. He's still grieving, but he made it home, which he never wanted to do, and he finally talked to somebody about his wife passing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I get that part, and if I assimilate that into my thinking, that's still, like, that bumps it up to 15% sweet, and, like, 85% of the ending is just the closing shot. It's not the ending. It's the closing shot for me. It's like, he's just smiling that, you know, it's like, what am I supposed to do here? I just poured my heart out saying my wife's dead, and this guy's hugging his wife, and I feel like I'm just shouldn't be in this picture. You know,
Yeah,
so the closing shot to me is just should be them eating dinner and laughing, having a good time, and then Dale saying a story and everybody laughing.
So it's not the ending; it's just the closing shot.
It's the closing shot. I had to figure this out, like thinking about it. I can't get the fucking words out of my head. Me processing it, it's not so much the ending; it's just the closing shot on John Candy. I'd rather them just be eating food and laughing at one of Dale's jokes, like legitimately laughing, everybody smiling, and then show Dale smiling, and then that'd be your closing shot. That'd been a lot better.
Yeah, Dale smiling would have been sweet.
I agree. I think finishing it, it's so easy to come to that conclusion. Just a scene of them all enjoying Thanksgiving dinner together, and everyone enjoying and having a good time, and
They're really enjoying Dale too.
Yeah, like he's part of the family. Because what you hang up on is that it feels like he's not part of the family.
It feels like he's an outsider in that shot.
Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Am I alone in thinking that?
I can see where you're coming from. Yeah.
no, I completely agree with you.
Okay, so it's kind of like 2 versus 2 here.
What do you mean?
But yeah, like Alex and you have kind of like the same opinion. Me and Cody, we're going to be battling out.
No, I mean, I
like
get
2
it.
episodes.
I get it.
I get it. I just think you're both fucking stupid.
I think you guys are just both fucking lame. Who cares?
Do 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 do. Hey, Filmoscopy.
But yeah, other than that, that's my one hang up. I think this movie is a fucking 100% recommend for everybody to watch. I think the plot is simple and there's not like too many inside jokes you can't understand. Like everybody understands it. You understand it better once you get older and you have to go through like a traveling on a holiday or something. Yeah. But I think the movie's like 100% definitely recommend, and I think Steve Martin's not my favorite comedian actor, but he's a good straight man. Yeah, he's good in this movie. John Candy's fucking incredible in this movie. He makes you, I feel like when he's sad and he starts talking about this stuff, I feel sad for him every time. It's not just the fucking music. He's just, John Candy does an awesome job in this movie, and I'm extremely glad that Owen picked this movie. Yeah, hell yeah. So, you got any thoughts, closing thoughts on it, Cody?
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend the movie. This movie, it legitimately made me laugh out loud several times. And so, it's a great comedy. Everything holds up really well. At the end, it even made me cry, which emotional movies, it's not that hard to do, but
but the thing about this is a 1987 movie, and Cody doesn't watch anything past 2002, so this is a lot.
Yeah, it holds up extremely well. I would definitely recommend it to anybody.
And Owen?
Yeah, I'd recommend this movie.
Well, this is your episode, so.
Yeah. I should have done it first. What the fuck? But
you kept going off the rails. I want to make sure we honed in on the ending because at least we got that covered again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you piece of shit.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Fuck off, dude. No, I'm just kidding. No, I really do recommend this movie. I think it's great. Watch it with your family during Thanksgiving. It's really sweet. Yeah, John Candy does an amazing job. He's hilarious as ever. And those last couple of bits. You can really portray a character that's kind of multifaceted. But yeah, I really do like this movie. I think it's funny.
That was an awesome choice. We went through 3 different choices for you.
Yeah.
For this movie selection, but you came in on this one, and like I said, you hit the best one. Like sometimes it's a happy accident. You picked the best one. Home Alone, we'll eventually do that.
Yeah.
And that's a great movie too, but it's also has John Candy in it for a hot moment.
Yeah. But
this movie it shows you if you're an impatient person, what you look like from the outside of Steve Martin's character, and I'm that way. I'm very impatient. So hopefully, at least temporarily around the holidays, you can watch this movie and then see Steve Martin's character look like a complete asshole, and then maybe you won't be such an asshole for Christmas or Thanksgiving. I probably won't follow those words of wisdom.
Yeah.
But everybody listening to this, you should definitely not be impatient.
Do as we say.
Mom, hurry up with the turkey!
Do as we say and not as we do. Please.
Or what we say here, because there's a lot of cuss words.
Definitely watch this movie with your family. Don't listen to this episode with your family.
Yes, please don't. All right, our next episode, Cody, I believe this is your time to shine, sir.
Yeah, so the next episode will be our first of 2 Christmas episodes, and it's going to be How the Grinch Stole Christmas, starring Jim Carrey.
Who directed that movie, do you know?
Oh, I don't know. But before we record, I will know.
Okay.
It's funny because I've seen that movie probably 40 times in my life, and I really don't know much about the writers or directors or anything like that. The only thing I really know is Jim Carrey stars in it.
Yeah, it's Jim Carrey's movie. And we had this discussion back and forth on it like the last time we recorded, but I'm not going to hate this movie. I'm going to enjoy it because it's Jim Carrey, but I prefer the animated version, the original, to this.
Yeah.
And that's just me. Like I said, it's Jim Carrey. You really can't go wrong in a Jim Carrey comedy movie. Yeah. So, I don't understand people I've talked, older people especially, like the generation before me, think Jim Carrey's annoying. I think he's fucking absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, he's
everything he does, man. I'm not a big fan of the Mask movie anymore.
Oh, I love that movie. I think that was probably the first Jim Carrey movie I ever saw. To be honest, either that or Dumb and Dumber.
Well, my first one I ever watched is probably his best comedy movie. It's Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Those movies, both of them.
Chicago.
That's part 2.
Cable Guy.
The Cable Guy is really fucking weird. It's really good though.
Yeah.
That's a strange movie. I enjoy that. Anyway, so we got that, and then in the episode after that, we'll have a special guest host. Well, actually, next episode we're gonna be writing duo. It's just gonna be me and Cody. Owen has some prostate exam.
He has some personal business to attend to, huh?
He has to have a camera shoved up his ass.
Yeah.
He's getting a colonoscopy, which our Filmoscopy podcast is based off of.
To take a break from the filmoscopy to get a colonoscopy.
And then we are going to the next movie after The Grinch. We will have a special guest host. It would be my good buddy Alex.
For what movie?
For the greatest Christmas movie of all time. That's not played.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
No, that's not played
Elf.
24 hours on TNT. It is
A
Christmas
Carol.
Vacation. No, Christmas Carol. What the fuck? Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
They say that in that movie? No, that's Christmas Story.
No, that's not Christmas Story. That's a black and white movie I'm talking about.
It's a double hit with the best Christmas movie and the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movie of all time. Jingle All the Way.
It's Christmas.
It's not a tumor. I know that's not that, but
Christmas time is here.
But Christmas Vacation, which
Christmas time
is going to be an awesome episode, just because we'll have a different dynamic.
Tune in for the next episode. And stay tuned for the end of this episode because we will input that great alien joke if you can put up with a little bit of static. So I think it's definitely worth hearing.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
But in this scene, John Candy's sitting in the car, and he's like, well, I mean, he's having a very self-aware moment. He goes, what do I do? I just smother the poor soul. I'll find somebody I really like. And then he's like, I wish you were here. Of course, that's not going to happen, at least now.
Yeah,
And it's like fucking... God,
I don't know.
sad.
I don't know why it resonated with me so much, but he has that line. It's like, well, you're right. I really am the biggest pain to come down the pike. And
well, it's probably because you have 2 dogs, Cody.
But at this moment, I kind of figured that his wife had passed away, just because the outer monologue to his wife seemed a little.
Well, maybe they're both aliens though, and he's just like doing ESP with her.
Yeah, you ever thought about that?
It's like Steve Martin's looking out the window. What the fuck is he doing out there?
You just see his right hand going, and it's like him like moving his antenna.
What the fuck is he doing out there? He's just looking up into the sky. There's like a UFO fucking beam comes down. He's like, what the fuck? I knew he was far out, but